call the meeting to order for Planning, Zoning, and Agriculture for Wednesday, July 17th, 9 a.m. Could we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Featherling?
Here.
Mr. Miller? Here. Ms. Weber? Mr. Long? Present. Mr. Swanson? Mr. Eckhoff? Ms. Foster? Present. Ms. Andrade? Mr. Ashcraft? Ms. Turner? Mr. Marion? Mr. Lowy? Present. Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Alexander Hildebrand? We have a quorum.
Thank you. Next up, public comment. I don't see any. Didn't get any, so we're good there. Good approval of minutes from May 22nd. Could we get a motion to approve? Nobody, unless you have something you want to change. Mr. Swanson, a second. Okay. Mr. Marion, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That's it. Thank you. Okay, building report. Dell's got quite a few things on his list today. Yeah. So we're going to start with the building report. We got two of them actually, right?
Yeah, you have two building reports.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. We have two building reports in your packet since we didn't have a meeting last month. First one's for May 2024. We issued 97 permits, one for a new home, valuation at $6.6 million, and brought in revenue of $49,377. And the June report, we had 97 permits. Two of those were new homes at $3.6 million in valuation and had revenue of $37,572.
Okay. We do them individually. We do them combined and approved.
They're combined on the agenda. So.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
You need a motion to approve those.
Well, we're gonna go get them both at the same time. No?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make that motion. Okay. Mr. Miller? Okay. Rose, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. That's all. Go ahead, Del. We got the next up. We have the June building report.
I just did both of them.
Okay, good.
And that motion was for both of them.
Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. 24 and 20, May, June. Okay. Del, Public Act 1030621.
Yeah, this is informational. The state just passed this. It'll be effective January 1st, which will allow for free building permits for veterans with disabilities when that building permit is to help the disability or involving the disability. So we're not sure how that'll affect our revenue yet. We don't see too many permits for handicap ramps and things like that, but just to be aware, you'll see a new category on your monthly building report for that. Okay.
So it's only for something like a ramp or?
No. I gave you an actual copy of it.
Yeah. Put a ramp,
and it's a little vague. If the free permit for improvements if the improvements are required to accommodate a disability of the veteran. Okay. So we're envisioning, yes, ramps, wider doors, maybe bathroom or kitchen remodels for cabinets and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, we have discussion. Anyone have any questions for that on that? No? Nobody? Okay, no. Stormwater MS4.
Just like every month, yeah. We're required by our MS4 program for me to ask if any board members have any clean water, stormwater issues that they would like to notify us of.
Anyone have anything on the committee here today? No? Okay, Del, I guess we're going to move on again. Lincoln KA4 Solar LLC decommissioning plan, and we have a Jeffrey Road Solar 1 LLC decommissioning plan. Can I get a motion to combine and approve the two? Mr. Swanson? Mr. Miller? Okay, go ahead, Del.
The Lincoln project is at the corner of X-Line Road and Larry Power Road. The Jeffrey Road Solar is on Jeffrey Road, which is 1000 South Road near the limestone quarry in Limestone. The Lincoln one, the bond will be for $354,102.36, and the Jeffrey Road one will be for $229,829.83.
Okay. Any questions for Del on those? Okay, we got a motion and a second. Can we get all in favor, say aye? Opposed, same sign. Okay, thank you. Next up, Jeffrey Road Solar 1 LLC decommissioning, oh, sorry. Transportation, Kankakee County, Title, oh, that's 4 plan?
6.
6, oh, yeah, okay. Title 6 plan. Batting 1,000 today. Yep.
All right, good morning. So this is not exactly what I wanted to bring to you today. I thought we would be a little further along in the process, but since it's on the agenda, I do want to give an update for this committee. Likely what will happen is we'll have it back again in a month. We're currently working with DOT and their consultant, RLS, to update our Title VI plan. We went through an audit for rural transit, I should say, for the rural transit system. So this is the county's Title VI plan. We have a Title VI plan that was drafted in multiple iterations. I'm sure some of you will remember in 2021, we went through this where our Title VI plan had a few too many protected classes identified within the Title VI plan, so we alleviated some of that. There's some new components that actually came through via executive order, which is a little interesting to us at the staff level, where this is leaning more towards being a non-discrimination plan because we're incorporating other items. I'm not saying the items are bad, but one of those components is limited English proficiency, which came under executive order 13166. There's an expectation that we incorporate that within our Title VI plan, so we at the staff level have been tasked into doing a lot more math. Unfortunately for us, the way our transit system boundaries are broke down, urban versus non-urban area, and how the census information is delivered to us, we don't have a clean way of looking at language proficiency. So right now, our consultant, IDOT's consultant RLS is working with FTA to get some clear language for us. But what we'll bring forward when it's completed, and I was maybe optimistically told that it would be delivered last week, so we'd be able to move on it for this meeting. And we're trying to get this adopted as quickly as possible. But we're looking at, since we opened the Title VI plan, we're looking at the plan in its entirety, making sure that our notices are all appropriately posted. And I'll say fundamentally this, and I said this last time we talked about Title VI. We do not discriminate against anybody for anything for any reason, ever. Okay. If you want to ride our system, have at it. That being said, the Title VI plan addresses only certain components that we do not discriminate against. So it's a little bit convoluted in that we're required to have a Title VI plan, but ultimately we're adding additional elements to that plan. But I just cannot say this enough. We as a county, Showbus as our provider gives rides to whomever they want that wants a ride. And so we'll continue to do that. We will just make sure that our boxes are all checked in the appropriate manner. And it's very convenient that that RLS, who's the consultant for DOT, does work very closely with FTA. So they're giving us very good guidance on how this needs to be done. And the state has just initiated a new civil rights department. So they're hearing in on this one. And so we're very hopeful now with everybody's input, we'll be able to button this document up. Again, I was hoping potentially for this meeting and then full board the next month, but we'll likely be back in a month to see you with the document. I've got a draft copy of it now, but we still have some final language pieces we're working through. But to throw a big bow on it, we're not discriminating ever for any reason, but we will have a plan that meets the standard of FTA that makes IDOT happy, and then they'll continue to work with the grant with us. So then we can continue to offer that transit to our community. Good job.
So you're covering IDOT then?
I will.
Okay. MYP multi-year program.
So this is a little interesting, maybe. It's interesting to me in that every year the CATS MPO adopts a transportation improvement program, and we're required to adopt it by June 30th to go live for July 1st. And invariably, and actually as fast as I've ever seen it on July 9th, the state then turns over to us their projects for the tip. And the reason we're here today is a bit of fulfilling not only the language but the spirit of the way we address public participation within the MPO, and that is, it seems that the timing's bad and it feels a little bit disingenuous to adopt a plan and then immediately 8 days later have drastic changes to it. You know, we're moving projects within the tip. So in our tip, we're showing the Manteno interchange in 2025. It's been moved to 2026 in this document. And so again, I just got a bit of a frown from somebody representing Manteno. I don't like the idea that we adopt a plan based on the information we have at that given moment, and the state, based on their timeline, hasn't given us exactly all of the details. So we're going to take this as a bit of a road show to bring it out to the members. With the MYP that you've been furnished, anything that's in red is changes. There's not a ton of changes identified in there. Some of the changes are as simple as adjustment in cost in a certain element, or maybe they're going to use state-only funding versus federal funding based on leftover funding, or however you want to look at that. But if there are adjustments in years, these are things that you would want to know about, because that'll be when the construction is going to happen. There are a few new elements included in this, but when you start to look at the elements for 25, we've added some land acquisition for the interchange 57 at 4552. We were already designing the project. You knew about the project. New to the tip and new to the MYP is essentially they needed to put some costs together for the land acquisition. They'll need to make it happen. So that's now another element within there. But again, substantially the same. There's not a big crazy project that no one even thought was going to be happening. These are all projects that the local jurisdictions have been talking about with DOT. But I think it only fair, as we're the entity making sure the public is aware of what's happening within our program, that we take this opportunity to share it with as many jurisdictions as possible, just so that way if we need to get feedback on it. Not that IDOT's going to change the way they're doing things necessarily, and we are blessed. They're spending a lot of money on roads in the state of Illinois right now. When Secretary Osmond, we get about an hour preview on this. We had a meeting before the governor announced it. I mean, you get on the call and it was a 10-minute call, and it's all the words you expect. I mean, this is the most robust budget we've ever passed as far as an MYP is concerned. IDOT spending more money on transit and transportation within Illinois than they have ever spent. Probably a function of the fact that things are more expensive than they've ever been. Maybe at some point we'll drill it down to road miles to see how we compare in previous years. But this is a really good showing for a commitment to improving the transportation system within Illinois. And we represent a big chunk of that here in Kankakee County. And it's always nice when you get a good list of projects going in the MYP. So I'm certainly happy to take any questions about the MYP, any questions you might have about construction generally, and things along those lines. But I did want to share this just to make sure that, because we're recorded here, and if the public wants to see it, that we have made some changes to the MYP. And we will then, again, at our MPO meeting, adopt an amendment to that tip just to make this congruent with our transportation document.
Mm-hmm. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Wilson right now? Huh? I have a couple, Ben. 6 years ago, I met with some guys from IDOT, LG Sims, you, a couple other people. We drove around, showed them all the issues we had, and boy, we're going to get on that interchange. We're going to get it in 22, I think it was, right? I think it'll be built then, and now it's been pushed 4 times. So they continue to push it off like that without any issues, without having to file any paperwork for 5 bumps, or can they just bump it all year forever?
And they conceivably can keep making the adjustments on it. I'm not certain as to what the factor would be, and this will be a question for our local roads team and IDOT team at the MPO. We'll ask that question, what happens when 26 becomes 27 and 27 becomes 28, and before you know it, I'm retired and we're still not building the interchange.
Yeah.
I will say that there are, in talking with the Manteno team, so this is not it's not a county project, although it's County Highway 9. The mayor has been very gracious in including us in the conversations he's having with DOT. They have been meeting relatively regularly with DOT. I think the last bit of design efforts that the village's requests have been, I think, agreed to. There's going to be some cost sharing the village is going to have to take on for that. But these are all good signs. It's just, it's been kicked another year, and you make a good point there. Where what happens when it's another year and another year? We can certainly ask that question and see what certainty we'll have that 26 is going to be the year.
We had a big meeting about the airport the other day. I was just wondering if that's, you think that would make some of the projects go?
I was not able to attend the airport meeting. I don't know that we've heard back from a company interested in developing at this point, but I agree. The more traction that gets, you would think the more will happen in the adjacent area.
Okay, thank you. Any more? Nothing else from Mr. Wilson. Okay. Okay, Jeffrey, we have a reappointment to the GIS committee. Mr. Kirkster, obviously, is going to do that.
Yes. Mr. Kirkster is one of our county board representatives on that committee.
Yeah. We get a motion to approve Larry so he can continue to go. Okay. Mr. Miller, Mr. Marion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay. All set, Larry. Anything under old business? No?
I can bring up a few things in under GIS real quick.
Yeah. Jeffrey's here, so.
The bathymetrics project, we are starting to see some of the deliverables come in, but we have not gotten all of it yet. So we're probably still a good month away on it.
It's quite a project, so.
We went out for RFP for new aerial photography for 2025. We've received, was it five? And those will be open at the GIS committee meeting on Friday.
Okay.
And then we will determine what to do next. Most likely we will interview those candidates, and that committee will make a recommendation to this board or this committee as to which one they would like to choose.
Okay. Is that what it? Good for you, Jeff? Okay, Dell, anything under new business? Anybody have any new business at all to discuss today? No? I get a motion to adjourn. Mr. Lowry, Mr. Long, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.